And before I continue, we need to remind ourselves with these blessings of Allah to pray Isha in Jama'ah, in congregation. The Prophet ﷺ said, whosoever pray the Isha prayer in a gathering, he will be under the protection of Allah till the morning. من صلى العشاء في جماعة فهو في ذمة الله حتى يصبح. Imagine you are under the protection of Allah, you and your family, inshallah. And number two, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, whosoever pray Isha in Jama'ah as if he prayed half of the night. Imagine half of the night, 5 hours you are praying. MashaAllah. And whosoever pray Fajr in Jama'ah as if he prays the whole night. So at least Isha, remember these things. We need to remind ourselves with this thing, because that's what will motivate us. You will not be motivated if you don't have the reward in front of you. So remember yourself, and it's better to have Riyadus Salihin in your house. MashaAllah, he gathered all these ahadith. So last time we finished about what? The conditions of the prayer. Please remember these things, because you're going to teach others. You're going to teach your family and so on. So the condition means things are outside the salah. But if you don't have them, the salah will not be valid. And we mentioned 9 of them. You remember them, inshallah. I have never seen anybody with a pen and paper to take the notes. At least record, inshallah. Now today we're going to talk about the pillars of the prayer. And what does it mean, the pillars? If you missed it, because the pillars are inside the prayer. If you miss one of them, your prayer is invalid. And pay attention, because some of this will correct few mistakes, inshallah. So the number 1 pillar is standing in the prayer, if you can. That's why the brothers and sisters are praying on the chair. You need to be careful. If you cannot make sujood, you use the chair only because you cannot make sujood. But if you can make qiyam, you have to make qiyam. Otherwise, your prayer will be invalid. So remember this, inshallah. And especially some youth, I see them, just he has something here, and he's using the chair. So qiyam is rukn, is a pillar. In the 5 daily prayers. In the sunnah, even if you are healthy and you don't want to stand up, you want to pray while you are sitting, you can do that. But what happened? Huh? Half of the reward. Who said this? Raise your hand. Where is he? MashaAllah. Okay. Half of the reward you have. But in fard, you have to do it. And the proof, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, حافظوا على الصلوات والصلاة الوسطى وقوموا لله قانتين. And stand up. And also the Prophet ﷺ in the hadith, because this hadith is the reference for the prayer. The hadith of the person who went and prayed and he didn't know how to pray. So the Prophet, he corrected him and he told him, فكبر صل قائما فإن لم صل قائما this is another one, Amran bin al-Husayn. The Prophet told him صل قائما فإن لم تستطع فقاعدا فإن لم تستطع فعلى جنب. Pray while you are standing. If you cannot, sitting. If you cannot, laying down. And may Allah give health to all of us, inshallah. And number 2, takbirat al-ihram. Takbirat al-ihram. And this is different than the other takbirat. Takbirat al-ihram is rukn. And why we call it takbirat al-ihram? Because when you see that takbirah, everything that was halal for you becomes haram. Eating before the prayer, halal or haram? Can you eat in the prayer? That's why they call it takbiratul ihram. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told him, إذا قمت إلى الصلاة فاسبغ الوضوء ثم استقبل القبلة فكبر. And we're going to talk about somebody who comes late and he found the imam in ruku'. what he has to do? He has to make takbirat al-ihram. But he has two choices. Either he can combine both of them in one, Allahu Akbar, and go to ruku'. Because going to the ruku', the second takbirah to go to ruku' from qiyam, it's not a pillar, it's wajib. Or you can do two to be on the safe side. One, Allahu Akbar, and go to ruku'. And number three, qira'at al-Fatiha, recite al-Fatiha. Especially if you are, what? Imam. To the congregation or to yourself? Because if you don't recite al-Fatiha, the prayer is invalid. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La salata liman lam yaqra bi Fatihati al-kitab." The prayer will be invalid for somebody who doesn't recite al-Fatiha. The difference between the scholars about the muqtadi, the people behind the imam, should they recite al-Fatiha or not? You know, difference of opinion, and we give you the conclusion. When the imam is reciting, what you do? You listen. If he's not, then you recite. That is very important, inshallah, to remember that. The fourth one is ruku'. To go to ruku' from qiyam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, irka'u wasjudu wa'budu rabbakum waf'alu al-khayra la'allakum tuflihun. And he told the person who didn't know how to pray, ثُمَّ ارْكَعْ حَتَّى تَطْمَئِنَّ رَاكِعًا. And tuma'nina here, that you have to take the time. Some brothers, you will invalidate your prayer. When I make ruku', so now I finish, Allahu Akbar, and I go like this. At least when everything's up, not Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Where is the ruku'? This invalidates the prayer, because I know some people, I don't know why you are in hurry. Yani, take your time. Until, as the Prophet ﷺ, حَتَّى تَطْمَئِنَّ رَاكِعًا. And number 5, الرفع من الركوع, to raise from ruku'. And you go back to standing again, because the Prophet ﷺ, he told the man, ثُمَّ ارْفَعْ حَتَّى تَطْمَئِنَّ قَائِمًا. And I finish my ruku'. I go like this. And take a moment, not like this. No, that invalidates the prayer, by the way. So please, you are not in competition with anybody. Take your time, inshallah. And number 6, as-sujood. Because from standing, from ruku', you go to sujood, prostration. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the same, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu rka'u wasjudu. And he told the man, ثُمَّ اسْجُدْ حَتَّى تَطْمَئِنَّ سَاجِدًا. Look, he repeat this word in the whole hadith, tatma'in. Tatma'in means that your body concentrate, because there are two types of concentration, of the heart and the body. Many brothers, they don't take that time, I don't know why. It invalidates the prayer, because the Prophet ﷺ, when he saw the man doing this, he told him, go and pray, because he didn't pray. Mean your prayer is invalid. So please, pay attention to that. The other one, number 7, al-julusu bayna as-sajdatayn, to sit between the two sajda. And also take time, because some brothers just and go to the other one. No, don't do that, because it invalidates your prayer. And if you've been praying like this for many years, may Allah reward you for, I don't know what to say. Na'am. And number 8, the second sujood. Because every rak'ah has one ruku' and two sujood. And the same, ثُمَّ اسْجُدْ حَتَّى تَطْمَئِنَّ سَاجِدًا. Number 9, the last tashahhud. The last one. In Fajr, how many tashahhud we have? One, that is the last one. In Dhuhr, you have the middle one and you have the last one. The last one is a pillar. If you don't do it, your prayer is invalid. The middle one is not pillar, is what? Wajib. And we're going to come to the wajibat, which is a duty. So, number 10, as-salatu ala nabi in the last tashahhud. Yani before you say salam, you know what you say, Sallallahu salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, and you do that. And number 11, that the sequence is very important. You cannot make sujood before ruku'. You cannot do this. No, you keep the sequence of this, inshallah. The number 12, at-tuma'nina. And this is very important. And by the way, the Prophet ﷺ, he told the man, go to pray because he doesn't have tuma'nina. At-tuma'nina, as I said, you take time until every part of your body go to its place. Don't rush and mix things because this is not prayer anymore. The 14 is a taslim. To say, 13? Oh yeah, mashallah. I didn't have my dinner yet. So taslim, to say salamu alaikum. We have takbir, we call it takbirat. And taslim, that makes you free. Now we become halal once you say taslim. The scholar differ, is both taslim are pillar or just one of them? And subhanAllah, this difference is very serious difference. If both of them are broken, what does it mean? Imagine I say Salamu Alaikum, and before I say the second one, I broke my wudu. According to that first opinion, I have to do what? Repeat the whole prayer. According to the other one that says, no, the second one is only sunnah, if you just say the first one, it's okay. But to be on the safe side, do both of them, inshallah. So these are the pillars of the salah. So remember them, inshallah, and take your time. Because I see people sometimes praying 8 rak'ah in 3 minutes. I don't know how you do it. No, take your time because you are talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and don't rush and so on, and teach your children, inshallah. Any question? Yes. MashaAllah. What? Inshallah. Abu Muhammad has reminded us, you have it in the bid'ah. It's recorded. So go through it, inshallah. And you have now, knowledge is available. Here we are answering just the question that you might not be able to find the answer. Yes? Yeah. What? No, if the imam is doing too fast where he is really breaking that, no, you break your prayer, say salam and go pray. Yeah. And this one, he should not be an imam. And by the way, to be an imam, you need to be careful. The Sahaba used to compete for the adhan, but not for the imam. Because imam, you are responsible for the prayers of everything. Adhan, you are responsible only for the adhan. And by the way, whatever I said, it applies to male and female. There is no prayer for the female, no. Unless there is hadith from the Prophet that says something about the women. Otherwise, salah is the same salah for both of them. Okay. Well, if I'm going to sujood, should I go with my knees first or with my hands? That doesn't break the prayer. Any one of them is okay. It's not pillar. So if you feel going, of course, there is one rule. If we say that starting with your knees is the authentic opinion, but somebody is sick, I cannot tell him, no, you have to do the sunnah. No, you can't. Like some brothers, please, when you read the book of sunnah, remember the difference between what you are reading and the practicality of it. So from the sunnah, when you make sujood, you don't like this. Okay? But you cannot do this in jama'ah. If everybody doesn't like this, And the brother, he said, I need to have space until a sheep can come under my arm. Yeah, this is if you are praying by yourself, but in Jama'ah, the rules differ. So I want you to understand the hadith in the right context, inshallah. Yes? Yes. If I'm reciting Quran and I'm reciting surah that has a sajda, prostration, the imam has to do the prostration. And people follow him. But sometimes me, I don't do it. Especially if I read Surah Al-Alaq, I stop before the last verse. Why I stop? Because some people say, Sheikh, why you don't do that? Because I forget that there are women upstairs. If I make sujood and you don't know, when I say Allahu Akbar, they're going to go to ruku'. And now we go to sujood and this. So I don't do that. Unless sometimes in Fajr, I know there is no sister, then I do the sajda, inshallah. Yes? When I taslim, when I say salam, and I'm praying in Jama'ah, I told you, there are three things. If you do it before the imam, your prayer is invalid. And number two, if you do it with the imam, is makruh, dislike. And what you need to do? After the imam. Because you are following the imam. إِنَّمَا جُعِلَ الْإِمَامُ لِيُؤْتَمَّ بِهِ. And I see some brothers sometimes, they do the second one before me. I say, who already finished? No. Please remember these things. I don't know why you have to compete with the imam. No, just do this. Naam. MashaAllah, it seems the prayer needs a lot of work. Okay. Yes. How to sit. No, now we are today talking about the pillars. How to sit and this and that. That comes to wajibat and sunnah. Now we are talking about pillars. This question about pillars. Yes. Let me take from this side. Yes. Al-Fatiha. Yeah. That's what I said. And the opinion that I am in favor on, when the Imam is reciting Al-Fatiha, you listen. You don't recite it. But if the Imam leaves space, like Sheikh Taha, sometimes he leaves space, then you can recite Al-Fatiha. Me, I don't leave space. I start immediately with another surah. You need to listen. In this case, the recitation of Al-Fatiha of the Imam will count for you. But in the third one and the fourth one, or the third one of Maghrib, and the third one and fourth one of Isha, and first and second and third and fourth of Dhuhr and Asr, you need to recite Al-Fatiha. Because you are not listening to the Imam, you cannot hear him. Now. Yeah, there is the madhab, some madhab, but we need to be careful because the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إِنَّمَا جُعِلَ الْإِمَامِ لِيُؤْتَمَّ بِهِ. The Imam was assigned to be followed. And following, what does it mean? You cannot be with him. You follow him in behind. That's why you cannot do Takbirat al-Ihram with him. You wait until he say Takbirat al-Ihram. No, you already have one question. That is not pillars. We're going to talk about that. Just ask me about the pillars, because the pillars mean if you don't have it, it invalidates the prayer. The wajibat, if you miss it deliberately, the wajibat, the duties of the prayer, if you miss it deliberately, it invalidates the prayer. If you miss it because you forget, what you do? The two sajda of prostration. So, but now, tonight, we're going to talk only about the pillars. Please, stay to the pillars. Let me take that. I already have one question. Go ahead. In the pillars? You don't know it's pillar? I just mentioned the pillars, Allah yahdik. I'm going to charge your dad. Yeah. If two people are praying together, they have to be together. What people do sometimes, the one who's praying, not imam, he goes a little bit in the back. No, no. You have to be on the line, because the Prophet ﷺ said, straighten the line. I know. I'm coming to the other one. I don't know why the other one has to be before the imam. Unless maybe he is sensitive to the imam or something. No. Yes, if he does it deliberately, it will invalidate the prayer. Like somebody has a room in the rows and he come and pray in front of the row. No, it invalidates the prayer. Yes, Habibi, yes. Wassalamu alaikum, yes. Yeah. Yeah. He said he noticed, mashallah, a lot of people notice a lot of things in the prayer. He said, especially the youth, when they make salam, salamu alaikum, salamu alaikum. The brother, he said, this is like, the Catholic. I don't think that they do that, but don't do it. Just say, salamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, salamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Naam. Yes. No. When you pray on the chair, you don't do anything, because you don't put your hand like this, you are making sujood. No. When you pray on the chair, just pray on the chair. You don't do nothing. Just your ruku' like this, and your sujood like this. That's it. Sujood it's be a little bit lower than the ruku'. But you don't do anything else, like you put your hand like this. No, you don't do anything. But the most important, if you can stand up, you have to stand up. Because you use the chair only for the position you cannot do. And may Allah give speedy recovery to everybody, inshallah, who are not feeling good, inshallah. The position of the chair should be with the line. The chair replaces the person. So the person has no rulings anymore. لأن القاعدة الفقهية تقول لا يجمع أصل وبدل. الأصل هو الإنسان. يعني if I'm healthy, I'm going to be on the line. Now I'm using the chair. The chair replaced me, so the chair should be in my place. Yes. The last one. Yes. I'm coming to you. Yalla.
How do the women line up in salah? For example, like my wife and my mom.
They pray behind you. If you are leading them, only women, they form one line and the imam is with them, not in front of them. Yes. Behind the second line, yeah. The same as I said. Just in the masjid, if there is no upstairs, the best row for the woman, starting from the back. And the man, the best rows for the man is the front one. But not like upstairs. There are some sisters, they want to start from the back. Because that, what you call it, the prohibition is not there. Because the man, they are downstairs, and the women, they are upstairs. Now. Okay, so the question, closing the gaps. This is not the pillars. Let's concentrate on the pillars, because you are taking me left and right. I want you to stay on the pillars. If you master the pillars, how many pillars we have? 13. Remember them. Now. Yes. Is rukn, yes. That's a good question. If I came, an imam already is in a ruku', you just say Allahu Akbar, and you go to ruku', and the Fatiha of the imam will be counted for you. Yeah. Dua al-istiftah, the dua that we make in the opening of the prayer, this is in the sunnah, not pillar. If you miss it, your prayer is valid. Just remember this, because if you remember the conditions, which is outside the prayer, and how many? 9. You remember these things. And you remember the pillars, which is 13. And you remember the wajibat. Khalas. Everything else is a sunnah. What does it mean, sunnah? Here's another sheikh making halaqa over there. What is sunnah? If I do it, I get rewarded. If I don't do it, my prayer is, mashallah, complete. And no problem with that. Khalas? Yalla. Sister, we didn't ask them if they have a question, but you are part of the discussion, inshallah. Yalla, khalas. Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for the mistake we did in the past, but now you need, inshallah, to take this serious. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.